all right, listen up and listen good, because we got to have a conversation, all right? We got to talk about what, nobody wants you to talk about, nobody wants you to think about. The world has a million problems, but I think if we solve one, everything else will just kind of fall in place, And that conundrum is that of the hairy asshole, right? Because here's the thing. Ass hair is a losing battle, I think. But so is shaving it, Like, there's no way to win with ass hair. And I think that if we come together as a society and just eliminate it, we will prosper. And so let me back up a little bit. Basically, there are really two sides to the ass hair argument: to have or not to have, right? And he who has a hairy ass will surely suffer the consequences. Basically, he will like, it just forms like when you're sitting there, you're on the toilet, you're pushing, you should not have eaten that curry, and you are having a horrible time, and you cannot figure out why that shit will not just like leave your orifice, just evacuate the area. And it's because your ass hair is down there, fucking intertwined in some evil spider web, just like as you're like pushing, and you gotta get in there, you gotta like yank that shit out. Nobody wants that. I don't want that. You don't want that. We don't want that. That's not good for people. But that being said, the other side of that coin is shaving your ass hair. And shaving your ass hair has two drawbacks. And I think that with my plan, we can get rid of both, right? So first and foremost, it's a hassle, man. It's a pain in the ass, no pun intended. But, you gotta like, are you gonna put a mirror on the floor so you can see what you're doing? You're just gonna do it by feel? You're just gonna like guess? And then, oh man, if you nick yourself, it's over. Because then, like, now you're bleeding from your asshole. You got a cut down there. Next time you go to take a shit, forget the hairnet blocking it. Now you've got like a one-way passage to some like disease when your shit starts rubbing up against like an open wound. Like, it's not ideal. It's not what we want. It's not anything. But similarly, even if, say, you have a clean, productive shaving session, and you have really cleaned yourself up and your ass is looking fresh, right? It reminds me of an old adage. He who dusts off his doormat expects visitors. And I think that he who shaves his ass probably does too, right? Specifically, and not to take away from anybody's, personal preferences, I just don't swing that way. But if you want to take it up the ass, that's like, power to you. That's your prerogative as a human being. Get that shit right up there, right up your sphincter, just like knuckle sandwich if you want. I don't care, like, to each his own. But I think that if we stop spending all of our tax money on war, right? On blowing up Iran or whatever the fuck's happening right now, and we instead allocate that money to research and development of laser ass hair removal facilities across the United States, right? And we really dive in on this thing. We really like put the elbow grease in, pedal to the metal. Every city, every town, one clinic for every 1,000 people, something crazy like that. And then, you put tax breaks for people that get their ass shaved more often. We do contests for clean asses, and we just really promote this thing. We can get rid of the ass hair thing altogether. We can just throw that shit to the curb. And then you don't have to worry about cutting yourself and bleeding out from your butt. You don't have to worry about a spider web of ass hair preventing like anything from coming out, or worse, like trampolining that shit back up into your gut and it comes out like your throat or some shit. Oh my God, that's straight out of a horror movie. Nobody wants that. But more than anything, if everybody's getting their ass shaved, then you're never going to be able to assume like, oh, this guy only shaves his butt because he likes it up the butt. Like, no, he shaves his butt because he likes convenience and he likes feeling clean, And so does every other person that shaves their ass. And that could be everybody. And I'm just saying that when push comes to shove and the ass hairs are gone, we will be more united as a species, as a collective, as a world. Humanity will prosper when the ass hair is gone. I think Jesus said that. Or it was Gandhi. Maybe both. They were wise guys. They were onto something. And I'm not going to liken myself to them or anything like that. Obviously, I can't walk on water or starve myself or, whatever. Like, I'm not like that. But I do think that our problem is ass hair. That it all stems from the ass hair. And that getting rid of the ass hair is how we succeed. So, I don't think I have a lot more to say on the subject other than, get the fuck out of here. Like, nobody likes ass hair. It's gross. It's nasty. It's inconvenient. And I think that should be the government's problem. So, do with that what you will.